You ever do a thing and feel like you unlocked a secret you weren't supposed to know? By the way, my name is Hawk. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I do props, costumes, weird things like that. But all of the things that I've made, I've modeled, not all, most of the things I have made, I've modeled myself. Because that's what I do. I've been 3D modeling my entire adult life, and I'm way older than I look. Because of that, I do a lot of things with weird shapes. Let me play in. We'll get a little cozy. All right, maybe not cozy, but dark hair blends into a dark background. I want to stand out a little bit. So I'm working on a Mandalorian, right? That guy right there. I've got most of them printed, and I'm doing feet things. And then this happens, right? I print the first one, the little shoe covers, right? I really liked the segmented look. I modeled this one off of Ahsoka Tano. It looked pretty cool. Then I redesigned it a little bit to be more in style with what I'm doing for him. And then this happened, right? I'm printing it, and then this piece, since I have to print it, there's no real good flat way to print it because most of my stuff is rounded, because that's what I do. And it pops loose, right? And this is like 4 or 5 times that this happens. My FDM just, I don't want to put a full raft because I don't want to do too much cleaning. And then, but like, look, these are the shoulder bells, right? And there is no good orientation to print this, so it prints efficiently. I had to print it this way, and I get a bunch of weird flaking unless I put support everywhere. But then I had to print this one like 3 times because the same thing keeps happening. Right? One side pops loose. Yeah. I gotta start over. And I'm watching it, and I see it fail. I'm actually standing next to it, and I go, something clicked, right? Now, for people who do 3D modeling all the time and 3D printing, what I'm about to say is not going to seem like a revelation it was to me. You're going to be like, yeah, and? But for me, it was just, I added a wall, right? Here, let me pop out a screen so it gets into focus. So now I added a wall here and a wall here. So now I have a flat place that I can print, and it worked it worked fantastic. This is the one that came out of, or the first one I did. Proof of concept, right? I have minimal cleanup to do. I just have to cut off these. If I'd made them a little thinner, I probably could have just used a utility knife. But a slight cut and then Dremel everything smooth. I did it with the shin pieces too, right? You can see it a little better here because there's just a little lip that is flat, so it goes smoothly on my build plate. And then a little curve on this side, a little curve on this side. Since I modeled them in different layers, if I need to just do this piece, I can. So it's not like it's permanent in the STL file, or permanent in the OBJ file. But it produces this. It's not perfect, but it's way, way better than these printed first time both times. I did 4 of them. I also did the hip plate, right? You can see it way better because the hip plate just looks. And all I did was add a couple of walls so I could print it flat and keep the orientation I wanted. So I keep the strength without compromising it sticking to the build plate. Stupid non sequitur. I don't know if you can see that. It's the first third of winter in the Midwest, and I've got a heater right here, like right here, and you can still see my breath. It's been going for hours. It's going to be a brutal winter. My garage is fully insulated, but it's not heated. And this is, of course, my garage. My shop is my garage. This isn't the normal type of video I do, by the way. I normally do build videos, but this was one of those things that popped into my head that I'm like, this is, I'm not going to say brilliant, because I don't want to give myself that level of quality, but this is really neat and has completely changed how I model. Like I said, I've been modeling my whole life and printing for a really long time now. The fact that is neat. I wanted to share that quick video because I have like 4 or 5 projects I'm actively working on. The main one's the Mospeada, and I'm having a problem with the visor. And when I say I'm having problems with the visor, I'm really having problems with the visor. It's not a big deal. I'll figure it out. It's more of a shipping issue than anything else. That, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, so I wanted to do a real quick video because YouTube punishes you if you don't upload at least every other week. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's a quick one. It's a weird one. This isn't one of my normal things. Like I said, it was just something that happened that I'm like, I need to tell other people about this. So I do build videos normally. So hope to see you next time. All right, that's like a 3-minute video. I can't do that. Let's since I got a minute and I'm only waiting on one video for the Mospeada, let's go over the Mandalorian real quick. Let me show you the pieces I have and where we're going from here. That is my Mandalorian. There's a bunch of everything's been printed. I'm super happy with how it is right now. Figure since I got none of those for this video, I might as well go over everything. I have my back plate and my jetpack. The thruster popped off. That's why there's a piece of blue tape right here. I got videos for both of these. Helmet, I also have a video for. But then there's things like the chest pieces. I wanted to go with something a little more sculpted, right? Come here you go. And then the asymmetric, the bigger on the top, center diamond. I really liked that look. The whole thing kind of flows pretty well. That's what I was going for. Anybody who follows me on Instagram has already seen a bunch of these. Some of this nobody's seen. Like I said, for the boots, I liked the Ahsoka look. So I wanted to go with something similar. These need to be sanded down just a little bit so they overlap a bit better. But look at that, looks so cool. That's got kind of the samurai look I'm going for. And then for the hip plates, I went with that, which I like. I love the kind of scallop into a thin line and then back out again. They're going to go, you can't see this. Let me back up for a second. So they're going to go slightly off center. So this is going to look like that. And I'm intentionally going for no knee pads. And then with this here, I like how this looks. The shoulders, I want to do something that they kind of overlapped. So you have kind of that plate feel, right? It's going to look something kind of like that. Which is super neat. Again, I've modeled all this myself. I don't use other people's models if I can help it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got a couple blasters that I do that with. Well, no, none of those swords. I'm sure I have things other than blasters that I use. I can't think of any off the top of my head. The gauntlets, I loved the gauntlets. These things turned out super cool. Let me pull you in so you can see them up close. All right, I suppose I should switch these so they fit better. Now my Mando is modeled off of Harlock, Space Pirate Harlock. This is broke. I'm gonna have to redo this one. But if it broke, that means it's not overtly stable anyway. But this fits in here, and I like that there's a a control pad on each side. This one was modeled almost directly off of the Predator. I thought that was funny. And I like the, it's only taped on. None of this is actually secured together. I liked the dual laser and then the fitting. Most of these pieces were lifted directly from the Arcadia. I mean, we'll go into more detail when we do this, but I love how these turned out. They're super cool looking on too. Most of this stuff is a pressure fit, but I love the bulky, just the bulky wrist part of it. This is one of the first things I modeled actually in the entire kit. I modeled this and then I went into everything else. And this went through a bunch of iterations, but we'll get to that in its video. So that's the Mandalorian. And that's what we got coming up as soon as I finish a visor. So that's all I'm waiting on is that stupid visor. I really want to finish that project as done as it can be before I finish this. This is all printed. There's a couple of pieces like this little blaster end that I want to redo because, like I said, didn't print very well. But for the most part, everything's done. It's just finishing at this point. And then with belts and the flight suit and the vest, there's going to be a lot going on. But, you know, that's what we got coming up. If you're interested in seeing that, maybe thinking about liking and subscribing, sticking around, see what we got. It's my channel. Thanks for making it to the end. I hope to see you next time.